You got the prize money.
Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have the new champion, Inbee Park, with us. She carded a magnificent 65 today for a 12 under par total and a 3-shot victory. Inbee, many congratulations. You must be delighted to get that into your hands at long last.
Yeah, it feels great to hold a British Open trophy finally. I gave it a few crack and it just seemed so hard, and obviously the luck was on my side this week, all week, and to overcome a lot of the tough tasks this week and become a champion at the end of the week is just a great feeling. I putted so good today. It's the best I've putted this year or last couple of years. Everything I looked at it really tried to go in or went in. So just felt really confident out there, and nothing really seemed to worry me out there today. It was just one of those days where you just look at the hole and you just feel so confident, and that was the day today.
You've also won the 5 designated majors, so that must make it also particularly special.
Right. I've put my name on every single major championship. I mean, Evian, I won. That was the year before it became a major, but I'm still Evian Championship champion, and my name is still on that trophy. So, I really feel like I've won all the majors in women's golf, and it'll be nice if I can win Evian again as a major, but I get always treated like a champion when I go there. So it feels great to finally put my name on this British Open trophy.
Okay, we'll open it to questions. Please use the microphones. Louine?
Inbee, am I right in thinking it was the British you wanted about more than anything on its own rather than the Grand Slam? And why did the British mean so much?
Well, this is obviously the birthplace of golf, and I really feel like Scotland. Playing in Scotland, it feels like that this is where they started golf, and this feels like a real golf. So I definitely wanted to put my name on British Open trophy because it just means so much. I mean, this the golf course to the place, everything just has so much history about golf, and this is definitely the golfers wanted trophy. So just happy to achieve my goal that I've set for this year. I've set only one goal this year, one and only, just winning the British Open and being able to do the only goal I've set. That just feels great.
Inbee, 4 of your 6 victories previous to this came with dominant leads. Could you put this in context with the other 6? Is this the best of your major wins?
Well, every major was very, very special to me. But to wrap it up with the British Open is just much more special. Because every time I come to the British Open, everything seems so hard. The wind, the rain, the tee times. Sometimes I play well, but I just got on the wrong side of the draw and just got stuck with the wind or cold weather. There's so many tasks that I had to overcome in Women's British Open, and it just felt so hard. Before I've finally done it. This week, I actually feel like I was pretty lucky and really good side of the draw as well. You definitely need that in British Open. You have to be on the right side of the draw, and you have to get a couple of good bounces off the bunkers, and you got to get good lies in the bunkers, and just you got to get all sorts of stuff here. So to have all that together is just so hard, and I think that was why this was my last one.
And the last 5 have come with a lead. This one you hunted the leader down. Could you just say a few words about that and how that helped you win, mate?
Well, going from behind obviously puts a lot less pressure on yourself. Leading, it's a great position to be. You're a better position than anybody else, so it's good. But at the same time, you have a pressure. But trailing from 3, 4 shots is quite a few back. So I felt less pressure. I went out there and just tried to put a best round and just try to play hard, and that's what I did. Not to look at so much of a scores and just not to so much worry about the win. I think that was the main key today.
Have you got a few words about Jin Young, who you hunted down? And also, you answered my question about the luck this week, but was there a bit of luck where your ball landed on it? Was it something on the drainage so you could move it? How difficult was the lie, or were you in a bit of a spot there, were you?
Yeah, on number 13, I didn't feel like, it was a really bad drive. It just really, the wind tailed a little bit to the right, and there was, some light patches there where my ball could have ended up, but my ball ended up in like really deep patch. I couldn't even see the ball. It looked like somebody actually stepped on it. I mean, it was just sitting that far down, and I couldn't believe how deep it was out of all the other spots. And I was trying to address the ball there. I was just gonna punch it out. I think I couldn't even see the drainage because it was all covered with the grass, long grass. So I didn't even know. But as I stood up on the ball, I felt something hard on the ground, and I looked at it, and it was a drainage. It was a sprinkler box or something. So I asked the rules official, and I was really lucky. I mean, that my ball ended up just right of the drainage where my stance was gonna be. So, I mean, that was definitely a big luck. I mean, that was a definite bogey there, but just the one stroke right there. I didn't know 12 under was gonna win. I thought, looking at the leaderboard, number 14, I said to myself, like, if I get to 13 under par, I can win. But 12, I think maybe we're gonna go to playoff. So I really wanted to make that last putt, but it looked like it was good all the way. It just didn't drop. So yeah, I was surprised. Yeah, Jin Young is. I mean, she is a top player in Korea, and she's a very talented player. I mean, she held it up really well, all week this long, and I really thought she was gonna play really good until the end. I'm a good friend with her. I had a dinner with her earlier in the week. She's from same management company as me, so we know. I feel like we know each other quite well, and I'm sure she really wanted to this week and come to the LPGA tour as well, but I just got lucky. I mean, she made a couple of mistakes coming in, which was unfortunate, but I feel like I played really well out there today. Made only a couple of mistakes earlier in the round. Played really solid in the back nine.
Inbee, was last year's loss at the Women's British Open particularly tough, and did that add to your motivation to really want to win this year?
Yeah, I mean, the most disappointed tournament I had until this week was the British Open and British Open last year. I really felt like I had that one, definitely. And after front nine on the final day, I was leading by 2, and I only needed to shoot like 2 or 3 over on the back nine to win, and I couldn't even do that. So I was just disappointed because that's something I really wanted, and just the way I finished was just so disappointing. But obviously that experience really helped me this year. I said, I can't really push myself to achieve a Grand Slam. I just gotta really get out of the Grand Slam thinking all week. I didn't really think about the Grand Slam really until the last minute, until the last putt dropped. I really try to stay out of it and just play without expectations. It's really helped this week.
Inbee, you've locked up the Rolex Annika Major Award. What does that mean to you?
What is it? Locked up?
You've locked up the Rolex Annika Major
really?
Award. What does that mean to you?
Oh, yeah, I just knew that. Oh, wow. That I just missed out on that award last year, and I was really close, and I couldn't wrap it up last year. But obviously, it's a prestigious award. Annika's a legendary player. She's my idol, and that's some kind of award that she's giving out. She's made, so it feels greatly honored to put my name on that award. It's a great honor. I didn't really think about that until you told me it was, but it's another bonus, isn't it?
Inbee, can you talk about your shot into the 16th hole and how important that hole was for you? And then second question, at what point did you realize that you had a cushion? I'm not sure when you realized what had happened on 16 to Ko.
Yeah, I didn't know until I signed the scorecard and looked at the board, and she was at 9. I was more thinking like she was gonna be 11 and going to 17. I thought she was gonna maybe birdie the 17 and go 12 as a tied for the last. That's the scenario I was kind of thinking of, but obviously I was just lucky there. So number 16, I mean, that was probably the most important hole of this week for me. I mean, that was the toughest hole, and I thought about that hole in my dreams. I mean, that hole was just that tough into the wind. We hit long club. There's a creek if you're short or right of the pin, and I made 3 birdies out of. I was 3 under on that hole this week. So, I mean, that's probably at least a 4 shot from all the other girls. I think I played that hole really fantastic, and that's probably the shot of the day. I hit perfect 6-iron in there, and put it to like a 3 feet on that hole is just so nice.
So they were good dreams then about the hole. Converted it.
Yeah.
Inbee, what did your parents? What did they always want? Did they always want you to win a British Open? Did it mean a lot to them, that tournament?
Well, my dad pretty much wants me to win every single week. For sure. I mean, parents always, think the best scenario is for their, daughters or sons. I mean, he wants me to do well in every single one, but definitely British Open was something that I wanted. So I'm sure that was something he's wanted as well. Yeah.
But had he watched the British Open, the men's, all his life, and was it a tournament he knew the history of or anything?
Sorry?
Did he know the history of British Opens, men's and women's?
I'm sure he does, because he watches Golf Channel 24/7. So I'm sure he's seen a lot of British Opens, and he sees all the golf tournaments. So.
Inbee, you said just after around that, what else can I go for now? But there are plenty of more ambitions, I presume. Have you got a sort of limit, a number of majors you want to win, or any other ambition now you've got the Grand Slam?
I never really set a number of major tournament wins. I mean, that was never really my goal. I really wanted to win every single one of them, because they all play different. U.S. Open plays different, ANA plays different, British Open plays different, the KPMG Women's PGA plays different. I mean, it's all different style of golf and golf courses that test you on all different parts of your game. So as a golfer, I really wanted to put my name on all the major championship trophies. So I mean, there will be a lot of goals to set. I mean, there is a lot of I can set any kind of goals. I mean, what's Annika's achieved, what's Patty Berg's achieved, what's all the legendary players in front of me. There's so many that has so much better career than me. I just still feel like I'm still a baby, compared to all the legendary players. So I still have a long way to go. I'm still young. Yeah, I think so.
Inbee, you haven't been fortunate this week to feel the warmth of the Scottish sun. Have you been aware of the fondness and the warmth of the Scottish people towards you, in particular this week?
I'm not sure if we can call this word. I asked, one of the spectator, this is what you guys usually get for summer, and they said this is actually a nice summer, and I said you guys get maybe a cold winter and a winter. That's all you guys get. That's what I really thought. They get cold weather all the time. Knowing this is Scotland, I actually felt like we got pretty lucky this week with the weather. Yeah, that's what all the people said. And we got few of the sunshine. We saw a little bit of a sun as well, and a little bit of a rain, a little bit of a wind, all sorts. But yeah, I think there was a little bit of a luck there, and it wasn't like crazily windy. So I like the overcast days, but I'm not sure if I can handle that many overcast days.
Inbee, this new young wave of South Koreans keeps pushing hard to the top, and it seems like you keep raising the bar for them. Do you feel kind of pushed by them or motivated by seeing them come in behind you?
Yeah, I mean, it's for me. It's definitely a big motivation for me as well. I mean, I don't know, there is no really limit. I mean, there is a pack of young generations of Korean golfers that are coming out every year, and I mean, it's not just a couple that's there. I mean, they're just lined up, and they're just waiting to come here, come to the LPGA, come and compete in the world level, and that way, I just can't be too comfortable where I am sitting right now. I just gotta keep pushing myself to play better and play better golf, and play a little bit more smarter, a little bit more wiser. And obviously, just standing where I am is not gonna make much difference. I need to do something and get better every day. Obviously, having a lot of competitors and having a lot of young generations of golfers from Korea definitely helps me as well.
Inbee, you were saying earlier that each major championship has a different feel to it. What is it about your game that you think enables you to play pretty much anywhere at the same level? Is it mental, or is it your game?
No, I really feel like I play same game, wherever I go, whether it's U.S. Open or British Open or Evian or wherever. I play the same, but it's just a different mindset, sometimes going in, especially British Open is just, you just never give up. There's, probably like 10 times in the golf course I really wanted to give up this week as well. When the rain was pouring down, when the wind was blowing, when my 5-iron only went 100 yards, just felt so bad. And, just one thing about the British Open, you just can't never give up, and just gotta be really patient out there. I probably put rain pants about 10 times on and off, all this week, and sometimes they can, those little things can put people off, and you just can't be bothered with that, and just you gotta try to stick with what you got.
Thank you.
Did you speak to the president of the Korea, right? And what's this conversation about? What did he congratulate?
Not yet.
Oh, you didn't speak to her?
Who?
The president
President of
Korea.
I mean, I just finished the tournament. I haven't got any.
Oh, I thought you got a phone call from her.
I'm not sure yet.
Any more questions? Could we get the details of the birdies and bogeys? Anybody want them? Could we quickly get them, please? Birdie at the second.
Yeah, like the clubs then, or
Yeah, please.
It's a gap wedge to about 4 feet. Number 3 was chip. I got it up and down about 3 feet.
Okay, thank you.
And number 4.
The shot at the fourth.
Yeah. I hit it over the green and couldn't get up and down.
Okay.
Number 5 was I hit it into the fairway bunker and chipped it out and made a bogey. And number 7, what was that all? 6, 7, yeah, par 5. Oh yeah, that actually.
Or is that wrong?
Yeah, number 3 was not up and down. No, actually, number 7 was up and down birdie, and number 3 was actually a little longer. 70-yard shot into about 10 feet and made that one.
Okay.
And number 8 was
Long par
good
4.
thing I can't remember now. Long par 4.
Into the corner.
Oh yeah, I hit gap wedge into about 3 feet. Number 9 was about 7-iron to about 6-7 feet, and 10 was another gap wedge to about 20-25 feet.
Eagle on 14.
14 6-iron to about 30 feet. Yeah, and 16 6-iron to about 3 feet.
Perfect. Many congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you, and if that's possible.
I'll stay here. Thank you.